Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your November the 26th, 2025. Well, things looking pretty good outside. We are going to see that colder temperatures rolling in forward tonight and going to set up for a very cold start to the Thanksgiving Day holiday. And this might be sticking around for a little while. We do have some rain in the forecast to talk about as well as we go into next week. But before we get into this full update for you, if you're new here on the Talkin' Live broadcast channel's Facebook page, please give us a like and follow. And if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look there in Chattanooga as we've got some pretty decent sunshine out there for today. Not looking too bad at all as we again got two cold fronts that have been blowing through the area for this afternoon. And looking good across Lake Chattooga. A few clouds there, but looking pretty good here across North Georgia. How about our local radar? Well, it's quiet. It's going to stay that way. Not expecting any real rain threats, and probably not until we get to about Sunday right now. Things looking pretty good here. As you can see, we got that little blue line. That actually represents the cold front moving through. That's the second one, as temperatures should begin to fall here for the rest of the afternoon. Satellite picture looking pretty good. Again, just a few clouds out here across North Georgia. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Got a lot of clear skies building in across the area behind that cold front. And we are looking at some temperatures that are going to start to fall. Already falling into the 40s and 50s behind that front. Still holding on to the 60s out ahead of it. And out in the 70s ahead of that secondary front. So it's a 1-2 bam punch here across the southeast. All right, let's look at our model data here as we're looking pretty quiet here as we got this looping on through. The one thing we're going to notice here is just the colder weather moving on in here as we've got that blue line that's shifting on down to the south here. It should be coming through for tomorrow morning. So by tomorrow morning, it's sitting right here as that colder air is filtering in here across East Tennessee and North Georgia, setting up for a very cold air. In fact, it settles all the way down south of Metro Atlanta by Thursday afternoon on Thanksgiving morning. It's way down here. So we're going to set up for a very cold night here going into your Friday morning. We'll have temperatures down in the 20s, and those feel like temperatures probably down in the teens in some locations here on Friday. Then this begins to modify. That blue line begins to move up toward the north as the temperatures modify just a little bit. But then our attention turns to our next weather maker. So I'm going to switch over to the European model here as we go from Saturday and kind of take you into going in toward your Sunday. So let me turn the timestamp back on for you there. Forgot to turn that back on. As you can kind of see that 7 o'clock, we got some mixed precipitation across portions of Tennessee. Looks like just wet weather here for us, but you in the higher elevations might see a little wintry mix there going into Sunday morning. They're showing up. And again, just looking at plain old wet here. And again, a cold rain coming in as we head toward Tuesday. In fact, the latest European may actually kick off a few snow showers across the mountains of the Carolinas and northeast Georgia. So it's something we got to watch as we go into next week. All right, so let's go look at your forecast maps here. Watch this as we go through this. Again, watch that little timestamp up on top. This compliments of our friends from the National Weather Service as we go in through your Thursday. Looking great. We've got high pressure in control here. A nice little cold wind here across our region. It is definitely the coldest Thanksgiving we've had in about 10 years here across the south. Very cold and a very cold morning thanks to high pressure over the top. Saturday's looking pretty good. No problems there, but we are going to bring the rain in here on Sunday. So Sunday's got a chance of rain. Monday, an isolated rain shower, and then we're also looking at some wet weather going into Tuesday. And Wednesday, we clear everything back out, and then we cool back down again going into Wednesday. But for right now, the next 7 days, we will stay with below normal temperatures. So just get ready for that. All right, so here's our forecast, Thanksgiving Day forecast. Of course, I had to give it that kind of theme. Definitely going to need the fireplaces, that's for sure. 48 and 35, it's going to be a cold day there in Chattanooga there on your Thanksgiving Day. Elsewhere, looking at a few clouds overnight, but generally looking temperatures in the 30s and 20s here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. Daytime highs, a lot of areas there in the 40s. You might squeak in a 50 here and there, but most everybody will stay in the 40s for afternoon highs. Regionally looking like this, 50 in Atlanta, 57 in Jackson. How about 62 in Savannah, 52 in Charlotte? So noticeably colder all across the southeast here as we go into your Thanksgiving Day. And the next 7 days, again, continuing that Thanksgiving theme. Again, we stay dry through Saturday. Got rain coming in on Sunday. A little damp with some showers there on Monday and Tuesday. And then we clear us out on Wednesday. Back cold again, 47, 28 by the time we head toward the middle of next week. So the theme for the next 7 days is below normal temperatures for the entire week. And we got a little bit of rain we got to track in there for good measure. Again, we do need the rain. It's been a bit on the dry side. Lake levels are low, so they do need to recharge a little bit. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on the Talkin' Live broadcast channel. Once again, Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family out there. And again, if you're new here to the channel and you haven't given us a like and follow, please give us a like and follow on Facebook. And please hit that subscribe button if you're watching over there on YouTube. Again, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you back here on Friday. We'll take Thanksgiving off. We'll see you back here on Friday with your next update. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.